When I had this Avengers team back in 2009, I had thrown that idea out. I said, we should do a tournament in Cuba. It got laughed at in the room. And at that time, it would have, because it was kind of impossible to do. It came back to me in January. I heard something on NPR that said, even though the travel sanctions have been lifted, hardly anybody's going to Cuba. And then it just all came together. I said, well, we're starting to plan out our season. Let's take a trip that's cool. Let's see if we can go to Cuba.
All right, let's go, guys. Nice job.
This is the Avengers baseball program. It's a travel baseball program from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. It was founded in 2003 by Jim Marini. This is the 16U team, which means we can have 16-year-old players and anybody younger.
What I love about sports, and baseball especially, is there are a lot of lessons to be learned that can transition into your everyday life. One of the things that I love about baseball is you have to have a short memory, because things happen, errors are made, and you have to move past them.
I've been playing with some of these kids for 7 years now, and I think it's just it's like fun just playing with the same kids. It really just brings you together too, as like a team.
Well, Brian called me back in January, and it's unusual to hear from your baseball coach in January. And he said, what about going to Cuba? And I kind of laughed.
We all thought that he was joking, to be completely honest. It was one of those things where nobody was really sure if we could pull it off.
We have a great team, we have great families, and these boys have been together for a long time. I figured we could pull it together.
Well, Maggie stepped up right away and said, hey guys, we need to be organized. There's a lot of paperwork involved. There's a lot of details and fine print.
With the Educational Travel Alliance, we are traveling as a cultural exchange, because we're, sharing our culture with the Cubans and they're sharing their culture with us. When we go down there, we have to go to the National Museum, and that's on our itinerary. They do make you go. Yeah, it's key.
I thought that it would be really special for these guys to see a passion for baseball outside of this country, where they don't have hitting lessons and they don't have private pitching lessons, and uniforms, backpacks, bags, everything else, but just pure passion for the game.
Some of the teams we're playing, come from some very poor areas and don't have the type of equipment we have, and wouldn't it be a great thing to leave them with some of the stuff that we're blessed to have?
If we can help them in whatever way possible to keep that love of the game up with better equipment and something that can just help their baseball experience, that's priceless right there.
They don't get all the gear that we have, like the brand new gloves, brand new bats, and so I think leaving it down there is kind of going to give them a better idea of just Americans in general, that they're looking out for other people and always giving.
I want them to understand how baseball is still a fabric of U.S., but it's also in the fabric of a country like Cuba. And I think you can tell them about that all you want, and we talk about this a lot, but once they see it, I think it'll be ingrained in them. And being 16-year-old young men, I think it'll be something they carry with them the rest of their lives.